Hi there, friends. Well, if you're anything like me, you'll take a lot of time to decorate something, and then after you look at it a few days, you can see all of the tweaks and the little changes that you can make to make it even better. Well, that's exactly what happened to me. I did my first decorating video in my living room, and then before I could even finish the rest of the room, I saw some little tweaks and changes I could make to my mantle and the bookcase, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. And also, we're going to move on to my corner shelf and all of my little end tables. So if you're looking for some fall decorating inspiration or just some good fall vibes, then I hope you'll stick around for this part 2 in my fall decorating series where I'm going to finish up this living room. Well, without further ado, let's jump right into this video and let me show you some of the changes I've made. And don't worry, if you didn't see part 1, I'll link it above, I'll link it at the end of this video, and you can go watch it next. I believe they both will give you some fall decorating inspiration. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so here we are a few days later, and I have decided that I want the fireplace to be a little softer and more muted, like the pillow cover that I showed you earlier from Hobby Lobby and the flower arrangement basket that I have on the ottoman. But I didn't want to go out and buy all new fall decor this year, so what I decided to do is I went back to Hobby Lobby and I just bought a few little touches to work in with my existing garland that I have up here on the fireplace, and I'm hoping that will soften everything up and tie it all together. Let me go ahead and show you what I got. Okay, I got about 15 of these tan leaves, and I'm hoping that I can work it in with the oranges and the burgundies and the rust colors that I already have on the mantle to tie it in with those more neutral colors that I have in the rest of the room. Now, along with these leaves, I also got a couple other things. I grabbed this throw blanket to put across the ottoman to set that flower arrangement on, because I felt like it just really needed something to ground that. It just didn't look right setting on the ottoman all by itself. And it has the colors of the ottoman in there. It also has the cream colors of the leaves that I'm going to be working throughout the room. So I'm excited to see how that is going to look. And then only one more simple touch. This is the ribbon that I bought to tie on the bottles on top of the bookshelf. It's really simple. It has the cream color, and this is more of the rust color. But with them being clear bottles, I think that I needed something with a little bit of color up there. I'm gonna go ahead and start adding these changes, and then at the end, you can let me know which way you liked it better. Before, with all of the harvest burgundies and rust and orange colors, or with the more subtle, neutral beiges worked through. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Okay, these tan leaves are pretty large, so I'm hoping it won't take too many of them and I can use them in other parts of the house as well. Maybe something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and work my way down through there, and then we'll come back and see how it looks. Okay, yes, I think that I like this so much better. It made the garland, of course, a lot fuller looking, and it just added a little softer look to it all. As far as the color goes and the fullness, I like that so much better. Now let's move on to the ottoman and see how the throw blanket looks. So this plaid throw was already reduced to $7.24. It was an original $19.99. So they did have these at 40% off this week, but because it was already reduced, this was my final price. But I thought that was still a great price, and I think it's going to work perfectly. Okay, so what do you think? I think I love it. The colors match the ottoman perfectly, and how it brings out the cream. And look at this. This arrangement has the tan leaves in it already. So I think everything is starting to tie together great. You can also see the colors in the rocking chair are now playing off of this throw. And then if we come around, the fireplace now has some of the tan and more neutral colors. Now I am going to work a few of the leaves down there in the pumpkin basket to soften that up, and I may even add a few more to the mantle, but I think you get the idea of what I'm going for here. Now let's go back here and do the same thing to the bottles on top of the bookcase. Okay, so here are the glass bottle arrangements on top of the bookcase. I worked in the tan leaves with the burgundy and the rust. Try to move slow so that I don't make you too dizzy. I left the same pumpkins and the little scarecrow. These are the bows. I really wish I would have got some wire ribbon so that I could form those a little better, but actually I don't think it looks too bad being kind of natural loose bows. There's the other side. This is the basket of pumpkins. I don't know if I did a little bit of overkill on the leaves here. If I should take a few of those out. It's kind of, I think it's a little much. But I'll leave it there for a little bit and stare at it for a while. And then I did go back and rework the leaves on the mantle so that they're a little more even. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that the way it is. Mr. Owl is still down here. I didn't add any tan leaves down there. I think they're a little too big for that lantern. By the way, the granddaughter came this weekend and she wanted her books back in the book bin, so it's just sitting there. Before we move on, I just want to take a second to say thank you so much for being here. And if you're new here, my name is Luann, and on this channel, I'm going to share with you all things to do with homemaking. We'll be cleaning, decorating, organizing, just anything to do with the home. So if you enjoyed today's video, I hope that you'll go ahead and decide to stick around and hit that red subscribe button and become part of our heart-filled community of friends. But for now, let's get busy on that bookshelf. And I have this pretty little sign that says "Give Thanks." It's in the muted colors that I'm working throughout the room. Just put that right here. This sign is from TJ Maxx. I got it a couple years ago. And then I have the amber bottle. This of course is from Hobby Lobby. And this is just some flowers that I already had. Set those right there. Little pumpkin. Let me put this on a pedestal. And then I have this little owl. You can sit over there on the corner. I like adding the little scarecrows and the owls. I think they're really cute for the kids. Put a little pumpkin down there. And then I have one more pumpkin I'd like to try to add here. You may not be able to see it because of the lip on this tray, but think that looks okay. By the way, please excuse the color on my fingers. I was testing out some fingernail polish today and I haven't had a chance to remove it yet. Okay, there is the top tray. Okay, for this next shelf, I'm gonna do it very simply. And we'll just keep it simple like this. Maybe the little owl would look better there. I'm not sure about that. Let me go see what else I have. Okay, I just went ahead and put the owl back on top because I really thought he was cute, sitting back in the corner there. And this is what I did here. I just had 2 of these little candle pumpkins that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I think that keeps it sweet and simple. Now let's see what we can do with this down here. Okay, on this next shelf, I've removed everything except for this vine basket. And I think I'm just gonna put this Autumn Blessings basket there. The shelf sits low enough that you should be able to read and see the picture that is on top of this from a distance. Now I'm still not filling this top shelf. I'm gonna make a little change there. I think it needs a larger plant. So let me try something else. I think that if we remove this, now because we have the basket and the vine like this, I'm gonna move this over to this side to kind of balance these two. And then I'm gonna put a larger plant here. I have this little orange or rust colored sunflower pot, also from Hobby Lobby, that I'm gonna set right here. I have had this for years. I've used it inside, I've used it outside. It's seen better days, but here I am using it again. And then I'm gonna move the little pumpkins over here. Now for this very bottom shelf that has the book bin in front of it anyway, I'm just gonna use that to store this plant that I took off of the top. I'm just gonna stick it right back there in the back. And I'll also put our little family picture down there. You can tell that I've tried to do something there, and I think that's all that matters at this point. Now, as far as this shelf goes, I may add a little color, some fall leaves to this vine, and see how that looks. Okay, this is the final look. Starting at the top, we have our little tray with the pumpkins, the gray flowers, and the rust all mixed together. Coming on down, the top shelf, we have the larger rust sunflowers with the pumpkin sign, and I love those tiny little adorable pumpkins. On the next shelf, we have our Autumn Blessings basket with the fall leaves and vine. And then on the bottom, you can still see our family picture and the cross in the frame. I'm not too concerned about Evelyn messing those up. She's pretty good about sticking to her own things. Okay, now I'm just gonna do something very, very simple right here on my table because I use this a lot. I'm just gonna take that vase that we had there and set it right here beside my coaster, and that's all I'm gonna do there. So I think we finally have zeroed in on the color theme for this year. Okay, our next surface to work with is this little table that's between my two chairs. I always have a candle setting there, and the one that I have there right now is called Morning Java. This is a candle from Kirkland's, and if you weren't aware, they always have a candle of the month. It's usually sitting at the checkout counter, and they sell for $8.99. And this Morning Java was the candle, let's say, I think it was in August. It smells so good. If you love the smell of fresh brewed coffee, that's exactly what this smells like. On the front, it says espresso, cocoa, and vanilla bean. Now the next candle, the one for September, let me get it. Okay, the candle for September is this Cabin Vacation. It says lemon and whiskey, but it doesn't smell like whiskey at all. It has a fresh lemon smell, but it's not like a springtime lemon. It's more like a kitchen spicy lemon. I love it. So I will be swapping out these candles throughout the season. I have some Christmas ones. You know, I usually always have my candle setting here. It's central to the kitchen and the living room, so I like to burn them here. So all of that to say that I want to keep this here. I don't want to take it away. And the only decorations that I'm going to add is this little primitive berry wreath right over the top. I think it fits perfectly. It has some colors of fall. It has like the burgundies and browns, and I think it looks good there. I could probably leave it there year round. There is one more candle that I want to tell you about, and this is my favorite candle from Aldi. It's the Huntington Home number 17 Golden Maple and Pecan. This is my absolute favorite. When it comes in at Aldi, I stock up on them. I'll put that there just to add the little pop of color, probably turn it around that way. And that is all that I'm gonna do to this table. Okay, the only table that we have left now is the one on my husband's end of the couch. It's also a very busy table, so I'm not gonna put anything real big or busy there. I'm gonna find something very simple that I can just set there that will be out of the way, but still add a fall touch to the room. Okay, here is the table. Like I said, it's a very busy table. We have his mouse, his reading glasses. I just have to accept that those are gonna be part of the decoration, so I'm not even gonna move those. We're gonna work around it. I have this little picture here, pick your own pumpkins again, and this is from TJ Maxx. It was $6.99, and I'm just going to set that right back there in the back. I usually put this in my kitchen, but this galvanized frame matches the tray that we have over there on the other side of the couch on that tall shelf. And then I do have another little pumpkin that I think, where this looks like a chalkboard, and this is kind of a chalky colored pumpkin. I think it looks really sweet there. I do have another one of these vases and some more leaves. How about that? Okay. I am gonna trade this with the one that was on my end of the couch, just because I think that the rust is just too much. It's running all together. So I'm gonna put this here just to break up the colors, and I like that a whole lot better. Okay friends, there's that table. Okay, here is the room. I'll get some close-ups here in just a second. I don't want to move too fast and make you dizzy. I didn't put anything on my end of the couch. Now you may notice the tie back there. I can't find the other one. I know it's here somewhere, but for now I just stuck some ribbon there to keep the curtain back. Okay, let's get a closer look at everything we've done in this room. Okay friends, I sure hope that you enjoyed this video today, and I hope that you'll stick around for the rest of my fall decorating series. We're gonna be decorating my entryway, front porch, dining room, kitchen, and a guest bedroom. So I have plenty more fall inspiration headed your way. And if you're new here and you stuck around to the end of this video, I hope that you'll go ahead and choose to subscribe and become part of our heart-filled community here, which is another reason why you should subscribe, because this channel has the best, sweetest, and most supportive community that you'll find here on YouTube. Okay friends, that's gonna do it for today. I look so forward to seeing you in the next one.